So I'm making this video because I had a lot of trouble getting hired as a wildland firefighter for the Forest Service. I actually didn't get hired until my fourth season of applying for jobs, so maybe this video will help you clear some of that up. First of all, you've probably heard of the red card, also known as the incident qualification card. Well, it is true that you'll need your red card before you can really start fighting fire. You won't need your red card before you get hired. Something you can do to improve your chances of getting hired, even without your red card, are to take the initiative of going online and completing your S-130 firefighter training and the S-190 Introduction to Wildland Fire Behavior. So as long as you can complete those two classes online before you show up, all you have to do when you show up is the PAC test and the practice fire shelter deployment. And then there's two pretty simple FEMA classes that take maybe 20 minutes each. Many positions will have the ability to provide you with this red card. Not having a red card for your first season of wildland firefighting when you're trying to get hired is going to be a little bit of an obstacle, but it's not insurmountable at all. I got hired without my red card, and I just completed those two classes before I showed up, and they were happy enough to just give me the very simple training you need to get your red card. So hopefully you can find someone who will either sponsor you to take the week-long class somewhere, or is just willing to give you the class when you show up to work. So finding the jobs to apply to can actually be fairly difficult. So I'm going to recommend you a few places. usajobs.gov. Now some search terms that I would recommend using for fire jobs within usajobs.gov are engine, prevention, helitac, hand crew, forestry technician, and then also 0462, and then another one, 0455. Now, if you're looking for jobs that aren't available yet and you want to know what openings are coming up, a good website is called fsoutreach.gdcii.com/outreach. I would also recommend that you call various forests and see what fire positions they will be posting on USA Jobs and when they will be posting them and what the exact name of the posting will be. That way you can be prepared when it's going to come up and you can actually find the job. So even though the Forest Service is moving to centralized hiring, it's still worth calling engine captains or superintendents or whoever your prospective boss will be, or whoever you want them to be, and talking to them and making yourself known, and even submitting your resume to them, even going and driving out and talking to them in person. Because even if the region you're applying to has become centralized as far as hiring goes, your boss can submit a spreadsheet of the people they want. So as long as you meet the minimum qualifications, theoretically they can make sure that you get hired to work on their crew. I also have a few additional tips I'd like to share that I've learned throughout my excessive amount of time spent applying for Forest Service jobs. The process is not designed to be easy for the applicant. It's not even really designed to be fair. If you've applied to multiple regions, you'll be receiving calls from some regions, such as Region 3, maybe 1 to 2 months before you even get a call from a different region. Now, if you do get a job offer from one of the regions that hires earlier and you accept it, but you haven't started work yet, and then you get a job offer from another region that you would prefer to work in for whatever reason, whether it's a better opportunity or just a better pay, better location, you can accept the second job offer. Just call the first people, tell them, hey, I'm not coming anymore. And they might be disappointed, but they'll understand that's just sort of how it works, because the regions don't communicate. But when you do get that call, it could be from somebody who doesn't actually know anything about the job they're offering you. Okay, let's say you found a helitac job that you're interested in applying to. Now you're going to go down to the duties and responsibilities section. Make sure if it's listed in the responsibilities and you've done it, that it's on your resume. So if you've ever cleaned or reconditioned or stored tools and equipment, that should be in your resume. Even the simplest things, such as ensuring your own welfare. I guess that's not a given among their applicants, so you're just going to want to make sure that you've listed that on your resume. Here I've pulled up the Forest Service Outreach website, which is fsoutreach.gdcii.com. It will show you current and upcoming Forest Service opportunities. So right now it's showing us 552 current or upcoming opportunities. If I were just applying for any Forest Service job, I would want to see what I can actually qualify for, so I'm going to sort by grade. I'm going to go for the lowest grades because I'm only qualified for a 4 or 5. And here we can see there's, if I'm not too picky, there's plenty of 4s and 5s to apply to. Now if I'm only looking for fire jobs, I can come up here, click on fire, and hit search. Or if I'm only looking for temporary fire jobs, hit temporary, have fire checked. Now perform your search. There you go, you've got 28 entries.